Nintendo Switch!
How's it going, everybody? It's Young here with a Nintendo Switch news update. The following information comes from an official FCC filing by Nintendo, through which the company inadvertently revealed new information about their highly anticipated new console. A lot of it is technical legalese and mumbo-jumbo, but fortunately, a user from the Nintendo Switch Reddit managed to compile important bits of information that the FCC filings reveal. One feature that the filings confirm is that Nintendo Switch will indeed support Bluetooth. Hardly surprising considering the nature of the device, but it's still good to know. The user noted that this doesn't necessarily mean that this was intended to pair devices like wireless headphones, but rather for more necessary accessories like controllers. But you never know, Bluetooth can be used for a variety of things, but I would agree with the controller part. In all likelihood, things like the detached Joy-Con controllers and the Pro controller use Bluetooth to communicate with the main unit wirelessly. The user then listed the Switch's temperature of operations, which apparently ranges from 5 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius, or from 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's between a few degrees above freezing temperature and about the temperature that many would consider the danger zone for things like GPU and CPU. Obviously, this is an extreme range of temperature, so as long as you're in a relatively normal environment, you should be fine. Moving along, the Reddit user lists that in all likelihood, the Switch won't support 3G or LTE. Apparently, in one of the pages of the FCC filings, it's possible to determine that the console did not undergo tests for 3G and LTE connections, which certainly puts a damper on rumors that the Switch might ship with a version that supports carrier data. Yeah, I personally don't see this happening either. I think Nintendo will assume that in our modern day and age, most people who own a Switch will be able to find a Wi-Fi hotspot and settle down if they intend to do some online play. Also, there's always the option of using smartphones as hotspots nowadays, which makes an LTE version of the Switch less necessary. On the topic of internet connection, something else that was confirmed by the documents in question is that the Nintendo Switch will support 5 GHz Wi-Fi. For those who don't know what that is, essentially most routers these days run on two frequencies, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. 2.4 GHz is the most commonly used frequency because of its longer range, as well as the fact that it's good enough for things like web browsing and video streaming. However, for things like fast downloads and online gaming, you want to go for the faster 5 GHz frequency. The range for that frequency is significantly lower than the 2.4 GHz frequency, which means you may find yourself losing connection in further and more closed-off parts of the house, but if you're within range, it gets you blazing internet speeds, as long as you have the proper internet plan to back it up. So basically, Switch offers both of these Wi-Fi frequency options, and more options is always good. So that's pretty much all the important bits from this Reddit post. Another source of information was Engadget, who also took a look at the FCC filings and hopes to extract some information. What they discovered is that the Nintendo Switch might come with a non-removable battery. This means that we won't be able to carry around a backup battery, replace the battery, or upgrade it. This honestly sounds about right, because based on what I've seen of the Switch's hardware, I don't see any seams indicating any kind of access to a battery compartment. It all looks fairly closed off and somewhat unibody in nature. The option would have definitely been nice, but before determining whether this is horrible news or if this is fine, I think we should wait until we find out what the battery life of the device will be, a topic that Nintendo will hopefully touch upon and address during their January 12th event. Alright, so that about concludes all the information that yielded from the FCC filings. So with that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below what you make of these new bits of technical details about the console, and to be further updated on all things Nintendo Switch, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!